3 years ago, I had an idea. What if I could make a quizzing application that could help me study Japanese? This question came to mind after I realized that many quizzing apps weren't fit to display Japanese kanji characters, pronunciation, and English meaning. So I decided to test my programming skills to see if I could make one. The first version I made was a text-based application built in C#. There were two modes to practice using. First, there was Quiz, which tested you on each vocab word from the unit that you selected once, and Blitz mode, where every question that you were given was randomly selected, and you could only move on to a new vocab word after you got the current one correct. After you get a question correct, a few statistics are provided, such as the current accuracy and the longest streak. Additionally, any in the current section displays all the tested words and their accuracy. At some point, I decided to share this with my class for them to study with too, but they were confused with the controls, and since all the UI was built using text, it wasn't very appealing to look at. Additionally, there was a separate issue that I was hosting this on Replit, and Replit eventually required users to pay to keep their projects public, which I didn't have the money for. So later on, I decided to remake it better than ever before, which meant making a website version. This version has no typing involved, which makes it easier to navigate through. I initially didn't know how I would structure the quiz section because there were so many different layers, but I settled on this version. Each year is a tab at the top of the screen under which there are the units. Each unit is a button that opens a drop-down with each of the sections, which I also made so that the user can select multiple units to test at the same time. I also changed Blitz mode to be more adaptive than before. I tried to model off Membean, which slowly adds in new words and brings up old ones to make sure that you don't forget what you have mastered before. So the words are slowly added for review over time. Additionally, getting a word wrong doesn't leave you stuck on it anymore. Instead, that word gets put into a review list that is repeated at a higher frequency than before. So overall, this was just my way of testing to see if I could make something that could help my language learning experience and some other people's language learning experience. And it also taught me that web development isn't too hard. And if I ever needed to pivot in my major from game development over to software development, I could do that too.